Morning students. Last day we started a chapter. The name of the chapter was Weather and Climate, and we were studying about the different factors on which weather depends. So we have seen that there are 4 factors on which weather depends. What are they? They are temperature, wind, rain and humidity. So last day we had read about temperature and how it affects the weather. Today we are going to further study about the second topic, which is wind. Today we are going to discuss about wind. So open your books to page 18 and follow the lesson. Let's read. Wind is moving air. Why does air move? When it is hot at a place, the air over it is hot. As hot air is lighter than cold air, it moves upward. Cold air from the colder places run in to fill the space left by the rising air. This rushing air is called wind. So, this part deals with how wind moves. So, what is wind? Wind is moving air. So if you are asked what is wind, you would say wind is moving air. And how does wind move? Let's see. I have a diagram here for you. If you follow this diagram, it is being said that hot air, okay, see here in this diagram you have hot air is lighter compared to cold air. Compared to cold air, hot air is lighter. So what happens when the sun shines on us, the air around us gets hotter, and as hot air is lighter, it rises upwards. It rises upwards. And as soon as this air rises upwards, what happens? This space here, or from wherever the air is rising, it becomes empty. It becomes empty. As soon as this place becomes empty, the cold air that is here in the surrounding part, it rushes in to fill the part where there was hot air. So the cold air rushes in to fill in the part where there was hot air. So hot air moves up and cold air enters the place to fill in this place, and this goes on in a cyclic manner. When this hot air rises up, it slowly gets colder and it comes down. Then again, this place which was filled with the cold air previously becomes hot and it rises above, and then again it cools down to come back. And this cold air, when it moves in to fill in the place that is being emptied by the hot air, this movement is known as wind. So you see these blue arrows. These blue arrows indicate the movement of the cold air to fill in the hot air. This particular movement, when the cold air is rushing in to fill in the space emptied by the hot air, is known as wind. So let's see the part again where it has been described. What does it say? It says, see, when it is hot at a place, the air over it is hot. So when the place is hot, then the air present in that place is also hot, and hot air is lighter compared to cold air. So hot air, as you have seen in the picture, the hot air which is lighter compared to the cold air is moving above, and the place, it becomes empty. So the cold air from the colder places rush in to fill the space left by rising air. This rushing air is wind. So underline this part. This part is very empty. I want all very important. I want all of you to put a bracket around this whole paragraph, because this paragraph is very important. When you are asked about wind, what is wind or how wind moves, you have to talk about this portion. I hope the movement of wind is clear. Read this part once again. Okay, you also have a picture in your book that shows the movement of wind. You see warm air is rising above and the cold air rushes to fill in the space left by the rising air, and this movement is called wind. So you have a diagram in your book also, and I have also shown you a diagram. So with the help of this, I hope you have understood what movement of wind means. Now let's move on to the next part. We know what wind is. Now there are some different things that are related to wind. Let's see what are they. Come to the next page of your book, and in this page you see that wind that blows gently is called breeze. So there are different types of winds. Wind has a few different categories. Like wind which blows gently is called a breeze. So if you are asked what is a breeze, then you will say wind that is blowing gently, lightly. Sometimes in the summer evenings you have a light wind blowing. That kind of wind is called a breeze. A strong wind is called a gale. Now after breeze, let's come to gale. What is gale? When the wind gets stronger. Maybe it's not very strong, but still it is strong. You can feel it. So this type of wind is called a gale. Bad weather with strong winds and rain is called a storm. Now you already know what a storm is, right? We recently had a storm that was called Amphan. You have seen the wind was so strong, right? So when the wind is very strong and there is rain, it is called a storm. So when you have a gale or a breeze, it is not necessary that there has to be rain. But when we are talking about storm, there is strong winds accompanied by rain. Both of them together cause a storm. Storms are dangerous. They can uproot trees, destroy houses, and hurt or kill people. So we have already seen this. You have seen this very recently. What happened after Amphan, right? Many trees fell down, many houses broke, and unfortunately people also died. So when there is a very strong storm, there are also damages. So if you are asked that why is storm dangerous, you can say that storm causes trees to uproot, houses are destroyed, and people also get hurt or are killed. So that is why storms are dangerous. So this is about wind. Now see here, there is a picture on the side of your book. This is the picture of a wind vane. Wind vane, what is written here? A wind vane, the arrow points in the direction from which the wind blows. We have seen in the previous part where we were talking about temperature, that temperature is measured by thermometer. Wind, you cannot measure wind, but you can measure the speed at which wind is blowing. Okay, so for understanding at what speed the wind is blowing, we use a wind vane. This picture right in front of you is called a wind vane, and a wind vane understands the direction of the wind and at what speed the wind is blowing. So today we will stop here. I hope you have understood whatever I have said till now. Go through the video, read the lesson, and if you have any doubts, feel free to ask. That's all for today. Thank you. Bye-bye.